Hello and welcome to St Michael's Hill. Thank you for joining me tonight. Obviously a little bit different having a Friday night video instead of a Saturday morning video. There are a few reasons why I'm going to be doing that, but welcome to the draw for my 1000 subscriber giveaway video. This video we're going to draw the winner, have a chat about the process and talk about all the different shout outs that were kind of given through the competition. I'm going to quickly explain the rules in a minute, cut away to a kind of shot of me doing that, but from there on in I'm going to try very hard to keep the rest of the video as a single take, just to avoid any kind of confusion or potential claims of it being a fix. I've had numerous people calling me up and asking for me to make them the winner, but in all seriousness, I just wanted to kind of make it fairly transparent. I'm going to use a way that hopefully does that. So onto that, but just a quick one. This will replace tomorrow's video. Basically, the reason we're doing this tonight is to try and, if a winner is going to Whalley, they can make use of the voucher. But also I'm very aware that most of the, or not most, but a fair majority of people who are in the model railway scene will probably be at Whalley tomorrow. I'm going to be working in Spain, so I'm not going to be able to kind of do the usual promotion of the video. So it just makes sense to do it on a Friday night. So over to myself and then to explain the rules, and after that we'll get on with the draw. So then, on to the draw. Each of the 18 people who entered by providing a video shout out on their YouTube channel or somewhere else has been given one of the numbers between 1 and 18. Those numbers are going to appear on the screen now, so keep an eye out as you listen to the procedure. Once all the balls have been loaded into the wheel, I will be drawing out balls one by one. As a ball is drawn out, it is eliminated from the competition, but I will talk a little bit about who the ball belongs to and the shout out that they gave, and also a little bit about their channel. Each of the shout outs will be listed below in the description. I do encourage all of you to check out all of those videos and subscribe if you like what you see. This whole process has been about giving more exposure to those channels, so it would be great for you to all do that. Like I said, the ball that will be the winning one will be the last one in the machine. So after 17 have been drawn, there will be one left, which will be the winner. Once that ball is drawn out, you will need to get in contact with me, either by Facebook if you're already a friend with me on there, or feel free to add me, or via email. The email address will be in the description below, and drop me an email with your name and address, and that would be great. That's just for kind of security reasons on the voucher. The voucher itself is supplied by DCC Train Automation, and is for the sum of £50. £25 of that has been donated by DCC Train Automation. I just want to say a massive thank you again to James for doing that. If you're going to Whalley this weekend, they will be there and you will be able to spend your voucher. They're at stand D35, so go and check them out. They've got some great kind of display layouts that will show some of the great stuff that some of their technology can do, but they'll also have their usual kind of stuff for sale. So if you want to pick up decoders or things like that, I'm sure they'll have everything there. Also at that stand will be Steve at Railway Laser Lines, who provided the shed that you can see behind me. He also has a couple of new things for this weekend. So there is a sleeper spacer for 00, which I kind of reviewed in the announcement of this competition. It's slightly been changed, been made slightly bigger, and a slightly new design from some of the feedback that you guys gave me, and I'm sure he's been given other feedback too. He's also got a new kit that is the Toten Fuel storage room, I believe. I think that's retailing at $29.99, including an interior. So definitely go over to D35, check out both those the stand with both their products on. You will not be disappointed. But if you've won, you'll be supplied the voucher via email or Facebook, and you'll be able to use that over Whalley weekend at stand D35. If you aren't attending Whalley or don't get this in time, then there's not a problem. The voucher can still be used online, but certainly it would be great for you to have an extra spending money at Whalley. I know what it's like, so hopefully you are attending, or if you are attending, you win. Right then, I'm going to load these balls into the machine, and away we go. So I think I've done a fairly good job there of explaining all the rules. So the next thing to do is to get all the balls inside this machine. I excuse the horrible noise and all that sort of stuff while I do it. Hopefully it won't take too long. So there we go, all the balls are locked into the machine. I'm going to give it a quick few spins, and hopefully we will keep all the balls in here just to mix them up again, so there's no kind of accusations of any underhand tactics. So we'll kind of get underway. Firstly, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who's got involved with this. The whole thing has been about giving exposure to new channels, and I know, or not new channels, but slightly smaller channels, and channels of people who, you know, I probably felt exactly the same when you get to 200 subscribers, it's not going anywhere, and all that sort of stuff. And sometimes you just need a bit of a push, and it's difficult. So really pleased to do that. I've definitely had some feedback from those channels who've been given shout outs and are completely, they're buzzing off of all the exposure they're getting. So I kind of feel it's been worth it. I just didn't want to do something all about me and trying to get my subscriber number up. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm happy with 1,000. I don't necessarily need any more, but yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do. So first up, I will give it a spin and see who is the first unlucky for them person out of the competition. So the first one out is number 16. So that is New Durham Junction. So unlucky Craig, but I think you probably were the lucky guy of Dave at Dean Park's shout out. So probably you got the most from your shout out, but you shouted out Parkside Junction, which is a new channel. Just started, just kind of under 50 subscribers, kind of an EWS TMD. So for me, right up my street, and well worth checking out. It's kind of a new channel, but that's we all were once. It's a great little channel already. So thanks, Craig, for getting involved in that, and unlucky mate, but yeah, hopefully I'll catch you soon. The second number then. Here we go. And that's number 10. Number 10 is I Like Transport, who, again, a guy who I kind of see all over people's videos, really involved in the community. It was great for you to kind of get involved and give Luke Alford and a few others a shout out. It's funny enough, you said that you met Luke on a train platform, and I've done exactly the same. I remember being at I think it was Twyford, and I was waiting for the Class 50s in the GBRF livery after they'd just been painted, and he was there. So we got chatting there, and yeah, he's a great kid. So thank you for getting involved and for giving him a shout out. On to number 3. Here we go. So it's number 9, and number 9 is Dave at Dean Park Station. I want to give a massive thank you to Dave for getting involved. I think probably it's undeniable he's one of the biggest YouTubers in the modern railway scene, and he's done so much for this community. Recently he's been kind of taking it beyond kind of online and getting involved with newspaper articles and all this sort of stuff, and it's really, really great what he does. And for him to get involved in this competition, I think it just shows he's still interested in the modern railway scene and trying to help new people. And I think that's a lot of credit needs to go to Dave for that, because he could easily just be sat there with his, I don't know, 20,000 subscribers now and not care about anyone else, and it's definitely not the case. So massive thank you for Dave for getting involved. He obviously gave a shout out to Craig at New Durham Junction. And if you've not checked out Craig's videos, then definitely should. he just comes across as just himself 100%. He's just like super casual, super kind of great videos, and he's obviously got his little what's his name? Little Merchant of Death. I forget the forget what it's called, but you know what I mean. And he does some great pictures with him, and yeah, really cool channel. So head over to New Durham Junction and see what he's doing. Right, on to the next one. Also, I just wanted to quickly say that there is going to be a reserve choice. Now, this won't be probably in time for Wally unless anyone turns down the voucher, but within a week, if you've not claimed the voucher, it will go to second place, and the second place will be the second to last one in. So if you get down to the last two, then you've got a chance. But yeah, on to the next one. Here we go. It's number 7. And number 7 is Tim at the Scrapline. Again, Tim's a great guy, and again, a fairly big channel now, so for him to get involved is great. He's been working very, very hard on his Exeter and Lara layout, and it's certainly one of my favourites at the moment. To see an update pop up from Tim on my kind of subscription list is a highlight. What he's done there is crazy. His weathering that he's been kind of quite famous for on locos, he's really applied that to his scenery, and wow, there's a lot that we can all learn from him. He's given a shout out to Alex Hill. Alex has got, it's a fairly new channel, but he's just doing something a little bit different. I think, like Tim says in his shout out, he's doing some very interesting things and trying some new techniques and modelling something that's actually a little bit different to a lot of what you see. So well worth checking out Alex's channel, even just for all the work he's put in on his cobblestones out of clay. It's just, yeah, it's really good to kind of see someone putting that much detail in. So check out Alex's channel, and certainly check out Tim's as well. Unlucky Tim. Oh, so the 5th one out is number 11. So number 11 is Mumbles274. Thank you for getting involved, and you've given a shout out to Martin's channel, which I believe the channel name is Bramley Model Railway. I might be wrong there, but I will put the link below. It sounds like you've been kind of out of the kind of I guess video realm for a little while, but having watched your shout out video, I'm really excited to see kind of what you're doing. I've not come across your channel before, but your layout looks great, and I think, like you said, having trains going around and in a continuous loop is sheer heaven. So that's something I really want to get back to on my layout. Very excited to see what you're doing, and also very much what Martin's doing on his channel. He's got some great stuff there. So again, just another 2 channels to check out. I'll probably be saying this the whole way through, but just check out what these guys are doing. Really cool channels. Right, next up. So it's number 18. Now number 18 is it's Bramley Model Railway. So it's Martin who just got the last shout out. Again, he has got a really kind of cool channel. I think I like what he's doing a lot with his track work. If you're kind of big on your track work, check out what Martin's doing. Anyway, he shouted out the Nearly Historical Railroad, which is just a very, very different concept. So I'm not going to give too much away about what that is, but definitely check it out, and you won't be disappointed. It was probably, of all the shout outs, this is probably the most unique in many ways, so well worth checking out. Right, on to the next. I apologise if the noise of this is horrendous. It's fairly bad for me. I apologise, but I wanted to keep it fair and interesting. So the next one out of the hat is number 2. So number 2 is Robert's train set. Robert has been a supporter of mine for a while, and I really like what he's doing as well. Just a very, I guess, unique take on things. But what I love most about Robert's channel is he does these kind of story videos occasionally, where he kind of mixes kind of running session with some kind of stopgap animation and a storyline. It's just really, really interesting. Robert's someone I really would like to meet, I've kind of missed out at the electric train show, and I was hoping maybe to meet him at Worley, but I'm unfortunately not going to be there. He's gives shout outs to people all the time, and I think that's really great that he's doing that. He just wants to encourage people, but for this he gave a shout out to Drom Sally Railways. So check out Drom Sally Railways and Robert's channel if you don't know him already. On to the next one. I'm kind of very aware that lots of people are probably tuning out as their number comes up, or they've worked out they can just go to the end and see who the winner is. Originally this was going to be a live stream and it might have kept the attention a little bit longer, but thank you for those who are sticking with me. This is number 12. Number 12 was Timber Surf, who gave a shout out to Gwion Rhys Davies, who recently competed in the Great Model Railway Challenge. So some of you might already know him or have seen him, but his channel is also well worth checking out. So I would encourage you to do that. The next one out of the hat is, or not the hat, but the bingo ball of doom is number 4, which is St Mary Church Model Railways. So that's Stuart's channel. Stuart has given a shout out to Yorkshire Mals, so well worth checking out. Again, it's kind of a channel that I've actually been following for quite a while now, and it's something that I really enjoy. Like with all these channels, it's difficult to kind of have or keep an eye on all of them, but Yorkshire Mals is one that I have been keeping a good eye on. So check out, you won't be disappointed whatsoever. Thank you very much, Stuart, for getting involved, and unlucky mate. Right, the next one out of the hat is number 17. I keep saying hat, it's not a hat. We know it's not a hat. So number 17 is St Peter's Layout. Now, I'm really glad that you got involved and gave a shout out to Class 158 Productions. It's something a little bit different, more of a train spotting channel as well as a modelling channel, which as my channel is basically that, I kind of really appreciate that. So great for you to get involved, mate. I really like what you're doing with your layout. It's obviously very much my region, in the Western region, and there's some kind of great kind of bits and pieces coming on with that, and I'm pretty jealous of some of the stock you have. So yeah, keep it up, mate, and thank you very much for getting involved and spreading the word of some channels, including Class 158 Productions. So we're getting down to the last 8 people, so if you're still in with a chance, then good work. Now, I have said I want to do this all in one take, and that might be about to be made a bit more difficult by a cat who is not happy about me being on his chair. So if the camera falls over in a minute, you know what's happened. But next out is number 14, which is Al Hanoudi Central. Hugh is someone who I met actually at last year's Worley, and I've been following his channel kind of ever since, and really enjoy what he's doing. It's had a bit of a break, but seems to be kind of getting back into it now, which is really good for us fans of his channel. He's given a shout out to Family Model Railway, which again is something a little bit different. I think along with the Nearly Historical Railroad, it's probably one of the more different kind of shout outs. So thank you, Hugh, for kind of bringing something new to the party. Unlucky, mate, and hopefully I will see you at some event fairly soon. If not, it might be Worley next year. But yeah, I look forward to more of your content. Down to the last 7. And the next one out is number 5, which is Gary at Leicester TMD. I think Gary was the winner of my last competition, or certainly won one of the prizes in the last competition. So yeah, kind of thank you for entering all of them, or keep kind of doing that. I really appreciate that. Gary has decided to give a shout out to Paul Coombs, whose channel I think is one that was fairly new to me actually, but I think it's one that is well worth checking out. Sorry if I keep looking down, it's kind of where I've written all the names and all that sort of stuff, and also where the cat is kind of currently about to terrorise something. So who knows, he might actually join me on on here in a minute. We'll see about that. Anyway, I continue. Oh, there's already one in there. Let's take that out. So the next one out is number 3, which is Medway Peninsula Model Railway. So Kev has got involved and has given a shout out to Tram Junction. So thank you for doing that, mate. Again, it's another channel that I wasn't familiar with at all, so it was good to kind of get something new for me. I'll check that out and give it a subscribe. I think you should certainly do the same. I think it's a wonderful channel. Sorry, the cat really is demanding attention at this stage. I'm pretty sure none of you would mind me getting him up here. Right, so we now have an assistant as well as me. So next out, we obviously have a slight problem now that the cat has seen those balls, is number 6. And number 6 is Station Road Model Railway. So Julian, over in New Zealand actually, I believe, has kind of got a fairly new channel and has been kind of getting involved with the model railway scene. What's interesting is he's obviously down in New Zealand, but has a British Rail theme, which I kind of thought was fairly unique until he shouted out to Kiwi British Rail, which obviously shows there's quite a market. Now, I remember speaking to him about like why British kind of outline stuff, and he basically said, look, pricing wise, it was the best thing around. So maybe that explains it. But he's got a great little railway that he's kind of built up, and some of the detailing that he's starting to get into on some of the areas is really, really good. So well worth checking out. I really enjoy his videos. I kind of want to mention something that recently he posted about a ballasting video, and some people on Facebook were just giving him all sorts of just comments that are just out of order, and I just feel that we're all in this because we love sharing what we do, and I felt just really disappointed for him to kind of get that. But fair play to you, mate. You kind of you didn't take it like lying down, and too right. I think you've done nothing wrong, and it just annoyed me to see that. So great channel, check him out. Check out Kiwi British Rail as well, and yeah, nice one. So down to the last 4, and the next one out of the hat is Ratting Road. So that's Jack. Now Ratting Road is actually the layout that I gave a shout out to in my announcement of this competition. So I won't go too much into his layout, but I will say he's just put up a new video looking at a signal box and basically kind of kit bashing and converting that, and it's stunning. So check that out. He's given a shout out to the Chunley Close Railway Centre. A really nice layout. It's quite unique, kind of shelf kind of layout that goes around. I think it was an old pub, but some really, really cool stuff there. I thought it was O gauge at first. It was kind of, it just had that vibe about it, but I think it's 00, and yeah, really, really cool layout. So thank you for getting involved, Jack. And then I think the last 3, so we've got number 1, number 13 and number 15. So that's John at Piccadilly Model Railway. 13 is Dugma Junction, and 15 is Alex Hill. So they're the last 3 in. Let's see if we can move these around a bit. Oh, we've got one. So number 13 is Dugma Junction. So thank you for getting involved. You gave your shout out to Lee Whale, which is a very, very cool channel. He's fairly new, but he's done some really impressive stuff. It's one I really enjoy. He's got lots of stock that kind of really interests me. So well worth checking out. So we're down to the last 2. So it's John at Piccadilly Model Railway and Alex Hill. So whoever gets drawn out first will be the kind of stand-in backup, and then the other one will be the winner. Now, I kind of know both of these guys a little bit. I actually won John's last competition, so I'm sure if this comes out, this will be fixed central, but at the same time I've tried to do everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen, but we'll see what happens, yeah, we'll see what goes on. Right, so the runner-up is, okay, so it's number 1, which is Piccadilly Model Railway. Unlucky John, although if the winner doesn't take it, then it will be yours. But really like what John's doing on his channel. Have done for a long time. At the moment, he's doing a series on his basically kind of kit bashing a coach shed. So he's made this really long depot, a bit like the one behind me, but in N scale, which just blows my mind anyway. Anyone who works in N, it's just massive credit to you, but it's kind of probably about twice as long as that, but in N, so probably 4 times the scale length. Wonderful channel. He's given a shout out to Medway Peninsula Model Railway, who also got involved, so that was Kev's channel. So massive thank you to Kev again, and also check out his channel, check out John's channel, and that just leaves me to announce the winner. So I think we know who it is. If it's not, we've got a problem. Of course I dropped the bloody last ball. So, number 15, which is Alex Hill. Alex has given a shout out to N Train. So, another guy who I've met once, I think, at the DMU showcase. And his channel is obviously working kind of in N, but has looked at a few kind of new and kind of exciting ideas. There's a War of the Worlds theme layout that is really interesting. But Paul or Bob, I never really know which is your name, but there's a really great guy as well, so definitely check out his channel. And that leaves Alex Hill as the winner, so massive congratulations to Alex. I don't know if you're going to Whalley or not, but if you do, head over to stand D35 and you'll be able to spend your voucher. If you drop me a message or an email, I'll get that voucher out to you, and give me your name and address. I can pass that on to James at DCC Train Automation. He can make sure that kind of all is good on that front, and we'll go from there. But massive thank you to everyone who got involved. I was doing this to kind of create more of awareness, a more community around YouTube and model railways, and I think it's done that. It would have been great for more people to get involved, but I can't, I'm great that 18 people have got involved, spent their time, and given 18 shout outs to other channels, and hopefully those channels will see a little bit of growth and give them a bit more encouragement, that they can carry on and they can kind of become bigger channels than me and some of everyone else, and just can teach us things. So it's all it takes is some encouragement. So thank you very much for getting involved, and I will see you next week on St Michael's Hill. I will leave you with some running shots, and enjoy Whalley if you're going, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.